What up, guys? Going to get the drivers' meeting out of the way. Welcome to the DES Xfinity race here at Homestead, Miami. Please run off the track till after the driver's meeting is completed. Tonight will be a total of 130 laps. We will have stage breaks at 25 and 50. That is 25 and 50. No fast repairs for just set the tires. A few things to note: the only black flags will be clear past the yellow due to wrecked cars and wrecking into the pits. We will not clear black flags for speeding through pits or unsafe entry or exit. During restarts, keep the pack tightened up. Laying back to jump to start will result in a penalty. And when taking the green flag, you must maintain your line until you cross that stripe. After the yellow flag's out and you safely made it through any wreckage, please catch up with the pace car immediately to prevent delaying others. And when cycling through green flag stops, stay to the ready what your intentions are to allow others to move around you. Good luck. Have fun.
Thank you, Hunter.
Good evening, DES race friends, fans, family, to our championship round of the Xfinity Series here Sunday night on DES. Going to be a great race. Joining me in the booth tonight is going to be the number 40 driver, Ben Kuhn. Ben, what's going on, man?
Doing good, doing good. Doing better today than did last night, that's for sure. How are you doing, Christian?
Same. I mean, I completely agree with that statement, man. As always, though, broadcasting this is our producer, Damon O'Brien, putting on a beautiful broadcast here tonight. Going to be 130 laps around Miami Homestead. Going to be getting ready to grid here. Go ahead with the starting lineup when you're ready, Ben.
Right now, I do not have information. Give me a moment. All right, Jessica Curtis starting in first position. John Crosby in 73 car outside in the second position. Tyler Waltz in the 54 starting in third position. Stephen Oled in 28 car in the fourth position. And in the 88 car, Hunter Davis starting in the fifth position, and Todd Perron in the 6-9 car starting in sixth position. And the 3 car of Sean Dion starting in P7.
I had a bunch of people that didn't qualify. So following up him, eighth place is our points leader here in the championship race, the 79 of Jordan Tross, followed by the 48 Max Dinda, Matthew Tennant. We got Brian Souza in the 60 car, 5 of Brandon Hinton, Jeff Dinda in the 84, and Charles Connor bringing up the rear. We got 130 laps here, Miami. It is a warm track. Track temperature right now is at 59 degrees. That is in freedom units. So this gonna be slick out there. I don't know if you went and did a couple turns around the track, but it is just slicker than slick stuff. Looking up here at the top, we do have the Xfinity playoffs leaderboard. We have Jordan Tross with 176. Behind him is going to be Max Dinda with 148. So what's going to have to happen here is Jordan Tross is going to have to total out his car on lap 1, and Max would have to win every stage plus the race. So a lot has to happen there. Max starting not up towards the front. Going to be hard for him to get up there and win all 3 stages. That is the first stage, the second stage, and the end of the race. So see how hard Jordan Tross here pushes it, and see what his plans are. I noticed that this is the first time I've ever seen him not qualify. So I think his plan's probably going to be just cruise around and try and stay out of all the chaos that's going to ensue.
And honestly, that's probably the best strategy going forward right now. And if he could, he probably would have started in a way further back than he is right now, if he could have chosen. But right now, starting in P8 and cruising around is probably going to be his best strategy for tonight. And just, I don't think he has much to worry about. Honestly, all he needs is like one stage finish. Like probably just the first 2 stages, just finish that. He could probably just pull down the pits and go in the garage and call it the night.
Yeah, absolutely. We only have 13 cars on track to start the race. Not sure how many are going to be on the lead lap, but we will figure that out sooner rather than later. Green flag's out. Let's go.
And Judson Curtis with the strong start, but John Crosby already outside, pulling out in front of Judson Curtis. Still has Judson Curtis inside, but he'll probably more than likely have a great run coming out of the high side exiting turn 2.
Yeah, that was a really good jump by him. He was able to make that high line work. He had the outside, which would be the preferred line for me starting out because of the momentum that you can carry and maintain on that high line. But watch the 73. He did that to begin the race. He gets out in front, and now he's going to start using that bottom line. You're going to see him glued to that white line the rest of this.
Absolutely. That bottom line, it's going to be a little bit of a tire saver, probably in the longer run. But in all reality, you're probably more than likely to see people drift up as the car gets tighter over the longer run, just to try to save more tires as they can. But John Crosby is a master when it comes to stuff like that, in my opinion, because just able to tire save, just able to hold his car out as long as he can without trying to burn up too much of his stuff up. And so right now, he's just, like you said, just going to hold the bottom, trying to make sure he can keep everything collected, just not try to lose it off the exit of this turn, because this track is usually very loose happy. You ease your tires up, and on a hot summer like it is today, it's good with these Xfinity cars. Already loose, it's going to be even looser.
Yeah, and these Xfinity cars, which this is going to be the last race of the regular season, or the entire season for DES. This is a championship race. It's our last race of the weekend, which means after this race is concluded, all of the playoffs and regular season races for DES are out of the way. We're going to take a couple breaks here, but these Xfinity cars are not coming back next season. We took a league-wide vote. All of the drivers were able to go in, vote on which 3 cars they wanted. And the winners were the Gen 4 cars. We're going to run those on Friday. We got the trucks on Saturday with Premier following after on Saturday, also in the trucks. And then we're going to have the next gen car taking the place of the Xfinity car on Sundays. These Xfinity cars are not my favorite. They love to get loose. You can actually use that to your advantage because you can get these looser, whereas the Xfinity or the Gen 4 are really tight. But I'm just not a big fan of how loose they are, especially when you come to a track like this.
In my opinion, if you really would like to have a better chance of just having a tighter car, the high line is probably going to get better suit. You'll be less risk of probably looping it, especially on a hotter track temp. As if you saw earlier, Justin Curtis was able to get underneath Crosby and get around him. And when Crosby was in the middle, he got a little bit looser, which that middle is not a fun place to be in any form of car, because a lot of times on that exit, it just snaps on you, and it's just not fun.
And I spoke too soon, because if we see in the 4th place position, Jordan Tross, our current point leader, is actually making his way up to the front. He started almost in the rear of the field, first car to not qualify, and now look at him, making a run for them lead.
Yeah, Jordan Tross, usually just pretty fast. He probably just got by them a lot quicker than he thought he would. But in all reality, maybe he's just trying to get the stage points, just prove the reason why, even though he's points leader, just prove the reason why he's a points leader. Jordan's just that good, especially in everything. Crosby got down to the bottom.
Yeah, not sure what happened there. Don't know if he got loose or if he hit the wall, but he got slung down to the bottom of the track and also lost a bunch of momentum there.
Yes, and that caused Hunter Davis to get close on to John Crosby. And see right now, John Crosby gaining a little bit on Judson Curtis, and right now the 28, Stephen Ouellette all over the bumper. Jordan Tross coming out of 4.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. You got some of these guys that are extremely fast, and you got some of these guys that are extremely well at maintaining their tire wear. If we keep going green for long stints, you're going to start to see those guys who are just fast and then be able to see those guys who are fast and able to maintain their equipment.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And one thing I want to draw your attention to, 59 to 69 back here, they were side by side going into the turn. Now, if they would stay side by side throughout that whole turn, it's going to cause both of them to burn up their tires a lot worse than it would be just taking single file. So, I mean, maybe Top Ron is thinking about just having a different line, but if you are Matthew Tennant, you get to the bottom, it's just going to be a lot harder on your tires simply because you're not able to have that full room of going all the way up to the wall and coming back down to the bottom of the white line.
Yeah, I enjoy running a higher line most of the time. I don't know how, but I'm able to make it work to where I can run middle or high and save tire better than if I ran the bottom, but I lose a lot of speed that way. And you see Todd Brant, he's not really losing speed running where he's running, and I guarantee you he's going to be able to make those tires last.
And here's one thing you got to think about. Homestead is kind of like very similar to a track like a la Club for one reason. That high line, coming off the exit, you're going to carry so much more momentum on going onto the straight than you would on the bottom. Because you got to slide up to basically get back to the wall, and it's just going to carry be much more beneficial if you want more momentum off the exit just to run the higher line.
Yeah, and what we just seen there is these cars are all starting to get bunched up now. They're catching up to the leader. The only thing that's going to help with the 73 is being able to get by that leader instead of getting slowed down, letting all those other cars catch up.
Yeah, and I wonder if Crosby's going to start thinking about going to the highline because Jordan Tross was to the outside of Hunter Davis off the exit of 4. You got to wonder if Jordan Tross is just going to think about just go ahead taking a highline. But no, he's into the inside of the 88 car of Hunter Davis. And that kind of upset 88, and now he got a little bit of line. And it looked like Hunter Davis almost got loose right there, but he was just kept it straight. And now John Crosby to the outside for the lead. And will he stay close to the wall or more to the middle? And you got Jordan Tross all over the bumper. Almost 3 wide. Oh, he got loose. As I was saying there, that middle line can't be dangerous because you saw John Crosby losing it off of 2. Not somewhere you want to be off the turn 2 because there's like a little hump there that just makes the car very upset and unbalanced.
Yeah, as the 28 of Stephen Olay, he got loose coming out of turn 4. He lost a little bit of momentum, was up there with that pack of guys, but 73 is now our race leader once again. Was able to get by the 35 of Judson Curtis, but fighting him like that allowed the 79 of Jordan Tross to just stay in the tracks of John Crosby there and move up into second place. And man, he is just picking them off one by one, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And like one thing I want to notice is this. Off of turns 3 and 4, Judson Curtis choosing high line as he is right now, running the high line. I guess he's just trying to get the momentum back to the front. And I think he's, now in front of Hunter Davis. So wonder if he's going to do the same thing here at 3 and 4. As you see right now, Judson Curtis still choosing the outside line.
And I think right now the 79 is going to go wherever the 73 is going until he's ready to pass just like that. He felt him out. He knew which line he was going to take, and he took the opposite. So now he's going to have that high line and try and get a run coming off of turn 4 on the backstretch, but not able to do it.
Judson Curtis was very close to Jordan Tross's bumper coming off the exit. And right now, I feel like that's probably scared Jordan a little bit because he got a little bit more momentum by running just basically at the wall, the Kyle Larson line, if you will. But Jordan Tross was more there to the center of the track than he was all the way to the high side, as he is right now. Right to the basically right quarter panel of Crosby. Jordan Tross definitely took it under. As he gets by to 73. Will the 73 have a better run off of exit of 4? Right now, 79 clear. 7 eyes clear Crosby. Jordan Tross is now your race leader.
We've got 5 laps to go before our stage break. Keep getting a shuffle up there in the lead. 73 John Crosby started out. He took the lead early on going into turn 1, lap 1. Held it, lost it to the 35, gained it back, brought the 79 of Jordan Troth along with him up there to the front in front of the 35, and now he's lost it to him. I don't know. Do you think he's going to try and push it and try and get that lead back here soon, or you think he knows that stage break is coming up?
If since everything John Crosby is in the playoffs, I think Crosby's probably more than likely going to try to get stage break, but he got loose coming off the turn 2, probably make contact with the wall.
Able to save it. Got some good car control there. Get back on track safely. No caution comes out. He didn't get it contact with any other car, and he only loses 1 position. He's still sitting pretty good. We still got 108 laps to go in this race.
Yeah, and right now it's just sitting right behind the 35 of Judson Curtis, and got by him one time. He could do it again. Got a battle right here, 28 in the 5. Stephen let by the 5 car of Brandon Hinton.
Brandon Hinton lets him wash up a little bit. He's trying to go for what looked like a little bit of flare there. Going to cut up underneath him, but wasn't able to keep the momentum. So we'll keep an eye on these guys and see where they end up. There we go, swapping positions. 5 able to make that bottom work.
Yes, sir. And sometimes you see there, like, as we just saw there, it was beneficial for the 5 car just to stay on the bottom. I feel like it also just depends on who's behind that wheel. Because as you see here, the 73 car down to the inside in front of Judson Curtis. He's sliding up. He's getting loose into the wall, able to collect it, stay together, but he may have a little bit of wheel damage coming off of there.
John Crosby now off pace a little bit. As caution comes out, he does take second place. We are looking like Jordan Tross is our stage 1 winner. That's going to award him 10 points just to put on top of the stack that he already has. Followed by John Crosby in P2, Hunter Davis in 3rd, 35, Judson Curtis 4th, and Matthew Tennant going to round out your top 5 for our first stage here in the Xfinity Series. We'll go to a quick commercial break while these guys go down to the pits, and we'll be glad to see you guys back here, Xfinity Racing DES.
Recent studies have revealed that microplastics are being found in human testicles, raising concerns.
You can never
about the
trust these
potential
studies.
impact on male reproductive health.
Who's hungry?
That's it. Keep going.
Well, you're so lucky he's naturally buoyant and you don't have to watch him. Is it Bob?
No, he doesn't need sunscreen or anything. He just gets softer as he warms up.
Bob, you're leaking.
Bob can't play. If he gets hit, he'll dent.
Don't let plastic end up in landfills. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
What the hell was that?
That's the new commercial for plastic.
We think if we humanize plastic, people won't think it's so bad.
Yeah. I don't know. It made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I just felt bad for it.
Marketing approved that?
No, we fired marketing.
I feel like it's missing action.
Yeah, maybe there could be like a chase or a shootout.
Explosions. Explosions. Maybe the Matrix thing.
Maybe his plastic gets stronger as he gets older.
Maybe he gets revenge, you know, to the people that were mean to him.
He's got a gun!
Who?
Bob from marketing!
Cover me, I'll get to the side.
I can't believe this is happening.
Here they come.
Get down, get down.
It's Bob from marketing.
Get down. Watch out.
We're hit.
Oh, hell yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. So that whole first half was like an origin story, right?
Should we greenlight it? Yes, but not for TV.
Hey, Christian, I feel like we need to talk about.
Green flag is away. We are starting stage 2 of 3 stages here. 130 total laps. Jordan Tross coming out in front. Was able to win the race off pit road with the 88 Hunter Davis right behind him. The 35 Judson Curtis. These 3 are going to be battling all night. We did have the 73 who was up there battling with them. He did get some wheel damage, stayed in the pits for a while to get as much as he could repaired. Not sure how much he has left, but he is going to ride around in the back and just probably wait for this next stage to come up.
More than likely, just looking at it, he had some right fender damage on the right front, like right at his wheel well. And Hunter Davis still to the outside of Jordan Tross and getting a little bit of run. I don't think Jordan's quite clear. He might be going into this turn right here. Yep, Hunter Davis falling in line.
And one thing I do want to note is our track temperature is down 15 degrees from our race start. We started at 99 degrees. We're currently at 84. And the grip in these cars has got to be building. We've ran 31 laps on this track, building up that rubber. These guys are on a cooler surface. So I think a lot of these guys, as I say that and we get one gets loose, goes back down to the bottom. But I think we're about to see a lot more fighting going on.
More than likely, and I just also think it's probably could be just how this track is in general and the nature of these cars, because the middle of the track, if you're in the middle, you more than likely will get loose coming off the exit, especially off of turn 2 with that hump. And these cars just love to be tail end happy at the rear. And I just think that sometimes some of these people will probably forget that it's Homestead. You're more than likely will be getting loose coming out of the turn.
of a popsicle?
No, honey, you'll spoil your...
Hey parents, tired of those out-of-control kids? Throwing embarrassing tantrums wherever they go. At the grocery store, on the playground, even at the dinner table. You've had it with parenting, but wait, there is a solution. Introducing Nap Time, the latest, most effective tool for child tantrum prevention. It's simple. Just douse a rag with our patented Sleepy Time formula, place it over your child's cry hole, press and hold gently for 8 to 12 seconds, and presto, no more tantrum.
I was beginning to think adoption was the only way out. Then a friend of mine introduced me to Nap Time. It's never been so quiet around here.
The secret lies in Naptime's revolutionary fast-to-sleep formula. Developed by military-trained scientist doctors from NASA, Naptime's powerful molecules rush to the child's brain on contact, gently inducing instant tranquility.
This is chloroform.
Already put those wallet-draining crap factories out on the street? That's okay! Naptime works in any situation. On the golf course. An awkward blind date.
I had a really good time tonight.
It even works on pets.
After we had our first child here, we regretted it almost immediately.
We didn't know that she'd cry so much.
Talk about defective. But thanks to Nap Time, our little Samantha here hasn't made a noise in weeks. I keep her in a shoebox.
Call now and we'll send you your very own 24-ounce bottle of Naptime solution for only 23 easy payments of $1.99. But wait, there's more! Act quickly and you'll also receive the all-new Dream Sack absolutely free. It's compact and portable for those on-the-go tantrums. Just cover it, tighten it, and forget about it. It's that simple.
We can't breathe good.
So if this looks familiar...
I feel pregnant.
Then don't wait! Order today and join the millions of Americans who just can't stop saying...
Thanks, Nap Time.
Thanks, Nap Time.
Thanks, Nap Time.
Nap Time! When they just won't shut up. Nap Time is not legal in the following states.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with 2 stage wins, Jordan Trot still in the lead. Hunter Davis a second back and still having a bigger gap. One thing you gotta note is that all these drivers are now having a different strategy plan. Some of these guys probably took tires during the first stage, and some of them probably didn't. But now you gotta wonder, will that bite them now? Because you may not have a tire set. 73, John Crosby was loose off the exit of 4. Still kept it together, kept clean. Still trying to run the bottom. Just trying to keep momentum going.
Hey, it looks like he's also catching up to a lap car. That's the 48 Max Dinda. He's a lot of laps down at this point. We are back here at Miami Homestead, about to have 70 laps down out of 130. That is going to bring us past our halfway point. These guys are settled into their lines. Really not much going on. The 35 and the 88 been running close to each other. You think that the 35 is going to try and make a pass here pretty soon?
Yes, and he's doing it right now. He's running the bottom. Hunter Davis currently in the center, but I've seen a lot of cars recently getting loose off that line. But Hunter Davis moves up so that way he does not get loose in that middle. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people go down to that middle line and just it's not been beneficial to some of them because some of them get loose off the corner exit, and I don't really think running that middle would be very beneficial, especially with how some of these guys just begin loose off of exit, sometimes smacking the wall. And if you look right here, Judson Curtis is the 35 car is all over Hunter Davis, and Hunter Davis still favoring that bottom line. Coming to exit at turn 2, sliding up in front of the 35.
Yeah, I think right now at this point, these guys are just kind of out there cruising around, not really trying to force the issue, trying to maintain their tire wear. They don't want to, heat those tires up too much, unnecessarily wear them. We still got a lot of racing to go with no more stage breaks.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you just notice this though, like Hunter Davis still running that bottom line, but now is able to slightly pull away from 35 car of Judson Curtis. And I wonder if it's a matter of Judson like really just trying to get momentum off the turn, but he changed his line, as we saw, going from high to bottom. It just, I think, just trying to follow Hunter Davis, just trying to get into that draft, but nope. Still in the high line off of 1 and 2.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's trying to play defensive or offensive right now. I think these guys are just kind of running the line that they prefer.
Yeah, especially since, we're only about, 55 laps to go, give or take?
Yeah, so right now, where we're at is these guys are going to want to come down and try to only pit one more time if they have to. They're going to stay out there. Look at the 35. He's getting really close there. He might go ahead and make a pass whenever he gets the chance.
He might. And one thing I'm really kind of nervous about is like, sometimes Hunter Davis, when he just pulls up, like, obviously he has room like right now, but like off the last lap, like he was right on the bumper of Hunter Davis, the 35 was, and it's just one of those things, like, you gotta wonder, like, is he sacrificing something off of turn 2, but right now it looks like 35 just Curtis is going underneath Hunter Davis.
And I don't think Hunter Davis is just going to give it to him, but he's also not going to fight him too hard. He's going to stay high here. He knows he's not going to have the momentum with those tires to stop him from passing, and it's also not his preferred line, so he's gonna definitely be pushing hard, but if the 35 gets in front of him, I don't think he's gonna try and do anything too defensive.
So we got another battle going on right behind him, the 5 and the 59. We're side by side, like we were focused on the 35 and 88, but I saw the 5 like kind of pushing down the 59 on the front straightaway. If 5 are right now around the 59. They're now single filed out. The 5 of Brandon Hinton got around to 59. And I think it's going to be something similar to like how we saw with 35 and 88. They're going to, like, 59 is probably going to try to get by the 5 if he can. But I don't think the 59 has anything for the 5, because right now it does seem like the 5 is gaining on the 88 and the 35. Like right now. So it's going to be interesting when the 5 gets to 88 and the 35 coming here very soon, which I think probably next 10 laps, Brady Hinton is probably going to make his move to get up to second.
Yeah, I think what happened there, 35 tried making a move, tried taking that spot from him, and just not able to get it completed because of their tire wear. Should be okay to just hang out and stay where he's at and stay what he's got in case he has to get defensive. But right now, I don't think anybody has enough in the tank to kind of passes.
No, like I said, I don't really think anybody does. I just think the 35 is just probably going to keep favoring the high line because it just seems so much more beneficial for him at this moment because it looks like he just gains momentum onto 88 every time he comes like towards the entrance of these turns 1 and turn 3. Yeah, but that, as we were talking about earlier, the 5 car really, truly now gaining on the 35 of Judson Curtis. Now, I wonder if Brandon Hinton will either try to go on the high side of the 35 or just try to go underneath him.
I think Brandon knows that the 35's been running that high line. He's smart enough to, study and survey the field and see what everybody's doing. And right now, as he catches up to him, he's going to continue to calculate which line he's going to run so that way he can make his move.
Right now, for the past few laps, the 35's just been hugging that bottom. So I wonder if Brandon Hinton is going to change his line when he gets to him. He just goes in even deeper. Yeah, Brandon just got a ton of momentum right now. He'd probably be able to pass Hunter Davis when he gets to him. And then you got the 5 of Brandon Hinton gets around the 35 of Justin Curtis. And coming out of turn 4, Justin Curtis staying low. I think it's just going to be better for Brandon Hinton that Justin Curtis and really try to battle him off the exit. And right now, Hunter Davis has the 5 Brandon Hinton gaining on him, closing that gap, closing that distance. He quickly got by around the 35 car, and I think it's going to be the same thing for Hunter Davis.
Yeah, and this is something that we're used to seeing out of Hunter Davis. I mean, this guy, or Brandon Hinton rather, he stays in the back and just keeps a consistent pace and is able to just stay at where he's at in regards to lap time, and that translates to him moving up further and further in the field as all of these guys start to slow down.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have noticed, I've been looking, like, Brandon Hinton's time as far as pace really has barely even dwindled, like, to Jordan Tross, who's our race leader. Right now, he's just back to be all over Hunter Davis. Yep, that gap is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Brandon Hinton staying low. He's probably going to try to pass here within the next couple of turns or within the next couple of laps. Either one. Is he keeps diving lower and lower underneath the car in front of him. And I think it's going to work out this time by coming into turn 3. Yeah, but look, he's diving lower than Hunter Davis. Oh, he couldn't get that time done because he do believe he touched the apron. Nope. Side by side coming down the exit of turn 4. Brandon Hinton out in front. Will he clear Hunter Davis? And yes, he does. Coming down in turn 1. And now he's just might be able to pull away for a little bit unless Hunter Davis is going to try to fight him.
As you can see, he was able to get it, and he's actually able to put a gap between them there. Going to make it hard for anybody to try and catch up and pass him again. But you got to be thinking, when is everybody going to decide to come down pit road and get new tires and some gas?
I think it's going to be soon because I just do believe I saw. Well, I just noticed on my timing screen that that Todd Perron is down pit lane.
Yeah, he went to pit and wasn't able to get slowed up, swung it a little wide, and hit the retainer barrier there.
And I was like, honestly back and say sooner rather than later, and Todd Perron literally just went down pit lane for his tires and fuel. Now, here's a good question. Will Brandon Haynes shortcut the 79, or will Jordan Trout just go ahead and pit now? Because it does seem like everyone else is starting to go down pit lane for their tires and fuel. As the 3-car Sean Dion is now exiting pit lane. I do think now is probably the time where we start seeing everyone starting to follow down pit lane.
got a bunch of people have went down pit road. We are now looking at a new race leader. That is the city of Brian Souza. He's going to be coming down pit road right now, actually.
And so is the 70 of John Crosby. Now with the 84 of Jeff Dindo will pit as well. And that will hand the baton over to the 79 of Jordan Tross. Excuse me, Jeff Dindo did not pit, but he does have the 79 of Jordan Tross catching him rapidly.
Yeah, Jeff's going to be the last car to come down and pit. He's going to lead a couple laps here. He's going to go down, get on some pretty fresh tires, and then you're going to see that he'll come back out. And I think with those fresher tires, he's going to start picking off the field a little bit more.
That's one thing that will be good for 84 as Seth John Crosby coming back out right front of the leader, Jordan Tross. Now, as of right now, the 88 of Hunter Davis was gaining on Jordan Tross a little bit, but now it seems like the pace is falling back off. Now, how long will the 84 of Jeff Dindo will stay out? That's the question. He is currently the longest car on track on those sets of tires.
Yeah, and if we look here, I can pull it up real quick. He's actually 49 laps since he last pitted. I don't know when he's going to have to come in for fuel, but he's going to stay out to the very last second. He's in second place right now. He comes down, gets fresh tires. He can likely come back out and there he goes. He's calling that he's pitting. He's actually going to come back out in not that bad of a position with fresher tires than everybody around him.
Yeah, and like you said, he almost extended that entire field run and tire set to 50 laps.
Yeah, people on the track, Mike, are coming on saying, man, I'm kind of impressed that you were able to make it last that long.
That is very impressive because, especially with how this track is as far as tire wear, this track just eats your tires alive. And one thing I do think is happening right now, the 5 of Brandon Hinton getting on the 88 of Hunter Davis.
Yeah, not exactly sure how this happened, but our leader, Jordan Tross, is on the same tires as Hunter Davis, and he's got a 5-second gap. So I don't know if Hunter's going to be able to come back and catch him. It's all going to come down to strategy here. Are they both going to stay out? Because we now know that they can make it 50 laps. But who's going to come in and pit?
I honestly believe at this moment in the race, you got guys who are fabulous tire savers and able to save the fuel at the same time. I mean, we saw the 84 of Jeff didn't do it. So we know it's possible. Now, in all reality, if you have people that push and really truly start wearing out them tires, I don't think you can, I don't think you'd be able to maintain your pace for the 25 laps.
Yeah, if anybody's going to do it, man, I think it's going to be the 5, Brandon Hinton. He's going to be able to stay up there and not lose really any time, maintain his tires, and then by the time everybody else starts slowing down, he's going to stay the same. And if somebody's in the 84, he gets spun around, he hits the inside wall, no caution's going to come out. That's just him by himself. Oh, caution does come out.
It does look like he has some front end damage. Now, hopefully he doesn't have any radiator damage, but I don't think he hit the wall that hard to cause some damage to the radiator. But it's going to throw basically a monkey wrench into this race now.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for the leader, the 79 there. And yeah, he hit that wall pretty hard, but I don't think he's going to have too much damage. But yeah, that's not what you want to see if you're the leader of Tross.
No, absolutely not. Because Brandon Hitton, like, as far as long run was, I don't really think lost that much time, because I think as far as the restart from the beginning of the stage, like, he was able to maintain a really well pace with the 79 now. I don't know if he has anything as far as, like, winning the race, because Jordan Truss has been able to pull away from everybody. So it's going to be really interesting to see with like towards the end of this race. I think now, was it 23 laps remaining left in this race?
Yeah, we're sitting around that range for what we got left. We do have the majority of drivers are coming down pit road. They're going to get some fresh tires, going to get some more fuel, and this will likely be the last stop we see them making. Like we were saying earlier, they had enough to go to the end of the race, but with that caution coming out, these guys are definitely going to be able to make it. So it's just going to be seeing where they come out at the end.
Absolutely. And right now, I think some people who stayed out, like Brian Souza and John Crosby, were on their freshest tires. I don't think they had that long of tire wear on their tires, but in all reality, like, Jordan Tross now has a little bit of work around against 73 and John Crosby, even though Jordan Tross now has the freshest set of tires amongst them.
Yeah, John Crosby, he's now sitting in that second place position. He did not elect to get tires. He has 9 laps on his tires compared to everybody's fresh set. I don't know if having 9 laps on his tires, he's going to be able to hold these guys off behind him.
Now, it all depends on how hard the 73-60 were pushing. Like, it all depends on how hard they were pushing. If they really truly were taking the time, I don't think it was that bad.
Welcome back. These guys are about to get going again here. Lights are off on the pace car. Coming out of turn 4, lined up side by side. You got the 60 of Brian Souza. He's going to be leading this green flag. His teammate with Beer Run Racing on the outside, the 73 of John Crosby. These two did not hit. It's going to be interesting to see how much pace these guys are going to lose with those tires, and just how hard these fresh tire guys are going to have to fight to get around them.
It's going to be a fight, absolutely. And now the 73 John Crosby a little bit ahead of Brian Souza, and he also has the 79 of Jordan Tross all the way behind him. Will Brian Souza hold him off? But no, Jordan Tross stays high. And almost, 3 wide. Nope. John Crosby sliding up side by side, 60 and 79. Crosby pulling ahead. Jordan Tross now all over the bumper of the 73 car, following down behind him.
Yeah, you can just see how much more speed they can carry around these turns on those fresh tires. I mean, earlier we seen people who are struggling to make that pass on the outside, and now here you have Jordan Tross had enough speed on the backstretch to almost get out in front of the 73. I don't think he's going to be able to hold him off.
No, it just shows, it's crazy. 9 laps was the difference on their sets. And look how fast the 79, 35, and 88 are going to go by the 73 car. Jordan Tross now pulling away from the 35 of Judson Curtis.
Yeah, you can see those guys that were running up in the front, the three front runners, the 79, 35, 88, all back where they were initially, even with the guys who elected not to pit, getting shuffled back. So interesting to see how that happened and how it played out, but I feel it played out exactly how anybody would have expected.
And 73 is loose. Got a car contact between the 73 and the 54. Both of them still on the bottom.
We got Mark Dinda in the chat said, dang, tried not to make the caution come out. Yeah, it was a single car accident there, but because it's on the front stretch and there's really no like grass or anything for you to get off of the racing surface, this track is really bad about that. If you do wreck and get down there and come to a complete stop, it will call the caution. So unfortunate, but you know, we move on. These guys getting back to where they were. I know that you didn't want the caution to come out. I know some other person who wouldn't want the caution to come out, but I can tell you there's two people right behind that person that are really glad that it did.
Yeah, especially look at this. The 59 of Matthew Tennant quickly got by the 88, and now it's all over the 35 of Judson Curtis. And now, here's the thing we could really think about like this. Everybody has 4 sets of tires. Now, if someone really saved a tire set on the long run and have a spare set of tires, if a late caution were to come out now, I wonder who would really be an advantage, because they could really pass everyone. Like, if it was a caution, like, I don't know, like maybe 5 laps from now, they could probably really get through the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And to answer Mark Dinda's question, yes, everybody pitted except for the 73 and the 60. They elected to stay out on 9-lap old tires, and we see they've gotten shuffled back pretty far already. John Crosby in 8th, Brian Souza in 9th. But to go back to what you're saying, if a caution comes out right now, you have 2 options. Everybody else has 1 option. The leader has 2 options. Jordan Tross has the option of, do I want to pit and take my last set of tires and have fresh going forward because a caution came out? Or do I want to stay out and, just go with what I've got and hope maybe another late caution comes out? Everybody else has 1 option, and that option is to do the opposite of Jordan Tross. If he pits, everybody needs to stay out. If he stays out, everybody else needs to pit.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. And one weird thing I just saw, like, Matthew Tennant is like all over the 35. Like, in the entrance of turn 1, he was right behind the 35 and then passed him went to the outside. On a straightaway, went down and underneath, and is now around the 35 car.
Yeah, with these guys having fresher tires and this track temp down to 81 degrees now, which is almost 20 degrees cooler than it was when we started, the grip on this track has got to be phenomenal. A lot better than it was when they started.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And now the 35 all over the 59, trying to make a pass. And, 35 is just sticking to what he did earlier in the race. Just running the high line, trying to just maintain speed, trying to get a run off the corner. And as you see right here, how close he's getting to the 59. The 35, Judson Curtis still staying to the outside line. Probably now, yep, side by side, go off the exit of 2.
You see, he was able to get that momentum coming off of that turn and was able to make that work. And instead of sticking to his normal high line, he decided to drop it low in front of the 59 and take his preferred line. so that way he couldn't get a good run coming off of him onto the front stretch.
See, that right there is just like what you call smart racing. I know your line. I can take it away from you, except because right now I can't. Like, he was able to get around him, and now he's slowing him up. This is something probably Jordan Travis will definitely love seeing right now in his rearview mirror. Judson Curtis at 59, who is second and third fighting, now holding up the rest of the field. This is something he probably is loving right now.
Yeah, and joining us in the booth now, we have a full-time broadcaster, part-time racer, and overtime dad. We got a dad at Dinda involved in a single-car wreck earlier, spun, brought the caution out. These guys had to get bunched back up. We'll be hearing from him here in just a little bit, but man, look at the speed that Judson Curtis is carrying now that he was able to get back around the 59.
Hey, like I said, if you're noticing, like off the exit of this run, a lot of that time is dwindling away. He may lose it like midway through the turn, but he gains it all that time back off the exit, simply because he's gaining that speed off the exit. You're running a straight line off the high line. Off the bottom, you have to dwindle up. You have to slide up. You're losing the time on the straightaway than the guy on a high line. As you see right here, Hunter Davis forcing himself running that higher line. He may get a better run off the exit, but he also has the 5 of bringing him to his inside. He has to think now of, what do I really truly want to do? Do I want to be behind the 59, or do I want to block the 5 and keep my position? Because if he really truly fights the 59, he may lose even more time.
Yeah, he's kind of got that decision to make. Does he want to go on the offense or does he want to go on the defense? And you cannot really do both here. It is really hard, especially the way that this track drives. I think his best option right now is try and keep running his line, try to stay in front of the 5, and take any advantage that the 59 gives him.
Yeah, absolutely. And crazy part of it is that you can really truly see like how that high line just benefits, because it's just one of those crazy things, especially when you could go on a defensive side of saying, hey, I can run this high line. I may not I may lose time in the turn, but I can gain it, like have more time off the exit on the straightaway.
Yeah, and right there coming into turn 3, the 88 scraped the wall just a little bit, slowing his pace down. That allowed the 5 to now get door to door with him. So as you're seeing here, his sponsors out there say, or his spotter is out there saying, you know, you got one door, one low. He's going to have to try and do what he can here to hold that 5 off and not allow him to complete this pass.
Yeah, and one thing though, as a 5 got around, it's going to make this even really interesting, because we saw how fast early in the race that the 5 was able to get around Judson Curtis, and what happened earlier. Like, Brandon Hinton is just really fast and just drives really, really smart. He just knows when to make them moments. He knows when to make those passes.
4 laps to go, about to be 3 this time by as they're coming out of turn 4. Judson Curtis, 7/10 off from the leader. I don't know if he has anything left in that car to try and catch up.
Yeah, I really don't know either. I mean, it's just what, like, I just like I said, it's just one of those things of where you're gonna sacrifice something here at Homestead. You're gonna either, when you run the bottom, you're gonna sacrifice time off the exit. On the high line, you're gonna sacrifice your time, like in the middle of the turn. So it's one of those things, like, where do you want to sacrifice your time? Where do you want to sacrifice your speed and momentum? And right now, I don't think Judson Curtis has tires left, because he's been really pushing this car hard with everything he has.
Yeah, just in that one turn, he lost the 10th here. As you see that the 59, he's going to dive it down. He's trying to make a pass, knowing that there's 2 to go. These guys are coming out of turn 2 onto the back stretch. Going to get the white flag this time by, and that's going to be the last chance that anybody's going to have at passing. If the 59 rather is going to try and make a pass, now is when he's going to have to do it. But unfortunately, he got a little tight there, had to let out of the throttle and lost that spot.
And the 5, Brandon Hinton was able to capitalize as we're 1 to go. And Jordan Tross with almost a full second ahead. And I don't, unless something drastic happens to him, like he loses off the exit of 4, this is his race. It hands down, like right now, over a second, Jordan Tross has completely dominated this race. And now going across the start finish line, he is the winner here at Homestead, the final race winner, Jordan Tross in the Xfinity Series.
Absolutely, man. I mean, dominant performance. Started near the back, not all the way towards the back. We had 14 drivers. If I can find my mouse, here we go. Results: Jordan Tross started in 8th out of 15. 14 drivers that gridded. Worked his way all the way up to the front and led 101 laps. We'll be hearing from him here in just a minute. But our top 10 finishers is the 79 Jordan Tross, 35 Judson Curtis, followed by Brandon Hinton for your top 3. Matt Tennant and 59 Hunter Davis, Todd Perront, Sean Dion, 54 Tyler Walsh, 60 of Brian Souza, and finally rounding off your top 10 is the 73 of John Crosby.
Still a stellar race, a good performance from a lot of these guys, especially from the 79 of Jordan Tross.
Awesome. Going to be joining us pretty soon in the booth is going to be our top 3. We have right now my personal favorite driver, the 5, Brandon Hinton. Man, that was quite a show you put on. I seen that you started near the back, didn't even qualify, worked your way up. Just how did it feel out there last race of the season?
Man, that was a lot of fun. Slipping, sliding around, Homestead, you're always going to get that. And especially at daytime, you're going to be sliding around. And that was a lot of fun. Long green flag runs. I didn't know if I was going to like that caution coming out. I was like, I'm better on the long run. But I hung in there pretty good for that 25 lap shootout and got up to 3rd. So I was pretty happy with that.
Awesome. Well, you definitely put on a display out there with how you're able to just keep your pace. It seems like the further the run went on, the more you were catching everybody just because of consistency.
Yeah, I'm a long run racer. I'll struggle at the beginning, first 5-10 laps of a run, but at a place like this, and then it really starts when the tires start slipping and sliding and you start losing grip. That's kind of where my strength is. So those long green flag runs at Homestead, that helps me a bunch, but I love the track as well. I know a lot of people, some people don't, but I just want to say congratulations to Jordan for the win and the championship. He's fast. He's a good dude. And Judson for 2nd place. That was a lot of fun. And all in all, just a great season.
Yeah, we've seen that you were the championship in a couple of different series. Knowing that you were able to clinch those earlier this week, coming in here, racing for this championship, I know you were not as high up in points and a whole lot of crazy stuff had to happen. Did that make you come out and just want to have fun tonight, or were you out there trying to push it and hopefully getting the race win anyways?
Yeah, a little bit of both. It being at Homestead, like I said, I like the track, so that was going to be the fun part of it. And then just seeing what happens, you know, if something wacky happens and caution where somebody spins the tires and people get caught up with no fast repair, you just don't know. And that's kind of why I started in the back. I just wasn't sure how slippery and everything it was. If somebody makes one mistake, it takes out 3-4 guys. I just played it cautious, but no, it was just a little bit of both, fun and trying to see what I could do on the long runs.
Awesome, man. Well, I know that the weight's got to be lifted off your shoulders. We got a couple weeks of just fun races coming up, man. Can't wait to see you next season. And congratulations on your P3 finish tonight.
Thank you guys, and I appreciate what you guys do with the broadcast. It's awesome.
Awesome. Have a good night, man. Coming in next is going to be our second place finisher, Ben. Here he is.
Justin Curtis, congratulations on second place finish, and you had a handful with Hunter Davis, Brandon Hinton, and the 59 of Matthew Tennant. Like, what's your process going through on a late caution with, I do believe, like 23 laps to go?
Man, I don't know what. I know Brandon was really, really good on that long run. I mean, Jordan's obviously quick, to begin with. Hunter, same thing with Hunter. So I didn't know where I would stand. I honestly was just thinking I would run the top and, pray for the best. But I don't think I wound up doing it. I think I wound up going to the bottom and just kind of seeing how it would unfold. And, I knew I didn't have the car to probably, get it done tonight. But I was just trying to be smart about everything,
Yeah, especially because I've been noticing, like I've talked about this in the broadcast, that when you were running the higher line, like you were sacrificing, like, middle turn speed, but you gained time back really trailing off the exit of the turn because, you were carrying more straightaway speed. And do you think that had any bit of help to do with, like, holding off the 59 of Matthew Tennant?
I would say I'm more comfortable on that high line for sure. And at any normal instance, I would say no, run the bottom. But obviously, those guys are much quicker on the bottom than I am. I gotta go back to school and run the paint the line, I guess. But I'm just comfortable up there, and if I could have it my way, I would run it up at the top every lap. But it just eats up the tires, and you know that, and everyone knows that. So they see you doing that, and they know you're not going to be doing it for very long,
Yeah, especially, but yeah, man, congratulations on second place tonight and very well run race by you tonight.
I appreciate it, fellas, and like always, thanks for putting it on, and thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Man, what a race. Coming up next is going to be our race winner. That is the 79 of Jordan Tross. Man, Jordan, first off, congratulations. Championship of the Xfinity Series. Come out here. You run one of your favorite tracks. You lead 101 laps. You had almost a 7-second lead coming off that green flag pit stop. I don't know how, but you come out, you pit, you get fresh tires, got that big gap, and then the caution comes out. What was going through your head when you seen that?
Yeah, it definitely wasn't what I wanted to see there. Once you have that big of a lead, you're just in save mode and you got a gap to manage and you're not really too pressured about anything. But seeing that caution come out was definitely not what I wanted to see. I knew there were some people that had pit after me and they had some still fairly fresh tires. And so you saw the 60 of Sousa and the 73 of Crosby stay out. And so my biggest worry there was if we had another caution, they'd be able to get fresher tires than us. And at this track, 5 laps on the tires makes a huge difference. And they would have easily cleared anybody else on the track that didn't have any tires left. And so really it was just about managing the stuff and trying to race the people on the same strategy as me, because I knew that it was not going to be in my control if another caution came out. And yeah, my goal was to make it to the end. And luckily I just had a great run today.
Now, the one thing I would say I did notice that when you had the 35 and 59 really battling really hard, I know that was probably the best sight you've probably seen, like with the laps counting down towards the end. Now, were you worried at all when they were battling that, one of them could have got loose and someone could have taken tires and, pass you by probably within that 5 laps that you were talking about earlier? Because you even said 5 laps is a killer on your tires.
Yeah, that was the biggest worry. But once you're racing and you've made your strategy and you've laid your bed, you just got to race what you got. And at that point, it wasn't up to me. If a caution came out, a caution came out. But I just ran the best race I could for the strategy that I was on.
Yeah, so first off, we got somebody in the chat here, John Medlin, who says, congrats, Jordan. Man, you earned it. You got the race win tonight. You got the championship. The one thing I want to ask is, what was your strategy coming into this race versus what is the strategy that you actually went with? Because we know that we're not always going to get these long green flag runs. So did you plan on hoping for that, or did you plan on more cautions? So just what was your strategy coming in versus what you actually had to do?
Yeah, I was hoping for green flag runs there, and I mean, we didn't have a huge field, so I knew like once it got strung out, there's a good chance of it running green for a long time. And I did take tires on each stage because we didn't have any cautions between the stages, so it was too long of a run to the end of each stage that if you didn't take tires, you had a good chance of getting lapped if you went to the next stage on your old tires still. So took tires on every stage, just tried to do my best to keep it clean. If somebody was fighting me, I tried to give a lot of space, and I didn't even qualify to start this race. I kind of wanted to start further back, and I was just able to save enough tire and make my way to the front by the end of each stage in the race.
Oh, it's awesome, man. Whatever it is that you stuck with, it obviously worked out for you. So congratulations on that. Are you planning on sticking around next season when we move to next gen on Sundays?
I don't know if I'll be able to commit to full time on next gens. I'll definitely make a few part-time starts. But yeah, it's been a fun season this season, and it was a lot of fun to race against Judson, Brandon, Max, Hunter, Matthew Tennant, John Crosby. We had some great races, and it was fun to put a full season together.
That's awesome, man. Well, congratulations again. Ben, you got anything before we let this champion go?
No, man, just congratulations on a well-run season, and like I know do believe was it by Bristol? I think you had basically the championship won due to was it Crosby had a connection issue at Kansas, and Crosby I think had to was it wrecked out early at Bristol. So congratulations on a well-run season here in Xfinity Series, and congratulations on winning the last race.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, thanks to you guys for the broadcast and Damon for running the league. It's always been fun, and hopefully I can run some more races in the future.
Absolutely, man. Love to see you up here. Love to see you on track. But that's going to do it for us. That is the last race of the weekend. That is the last race of this season for DES. This is season 5 for Xfinity, season 1 for the Premier. We've got some other ones that I can't think of right now, but we're going to move on. We're going to go to some of the fun ones, and then we'll be back here in a couple weeks to start season 6 with DES. Hope that everybody comes, joins the broadcast, watches us, even comes out and joins some of the races. We're going to put on some really fun races in our off weekends here. Ben, it was a pleasure to have you up here. I appreciate you hopping up in here. Damon, thank you for putting on the broadcast and doing such a wonderful job. And thank you all for coming and watching and being a part of it with us.